On the brake again. Oh my goodness me, they're all out today. It's sunny Sunday and the Sunday drivers are out. So, greetings and welcome people. As mentioned in my last vlog, the weather gods have smiled on me, and this is the very next Sunday following on from that one, and we are off on a field trip. Yay! So we've got a bit of a way to go. So as I said before, I'm not going to waffle and wibble all the way there and all the way back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut up now. If anything interesting happens, I'll include it. But until we get closer to our first, not so much of a stop as a pause, I'll be quiet now, and I'll get back to you in a bit. In fact, as far as you're concerned, it'll probably be in a split second. Get back to you in a bit. TR6, oh yeah. A classic car thing going on somewhere today. Okay, right, getting it back onto the vlogging bit. There is Destination Triumph, but we're not stopping there today. Maybe later this week to get on the phone and arrange a test ride or two. Get a test ride on the Scrambler 1200 and the Speed Twin. Obviously not at the same time, that's a little bit tricky. It'd be good to test them back to back, if I can, or at least within a few days. No, we're heading out on some, if anybody has viewed more than a few of my vlogs, will be different roads. Unfortunately the traffic is still quite busy. It is a sunny Sunday. I had hoped being Sunday morning it would be a bit quieter, but nope. And as of a few days ago, it is officially spring. And it reminds me of a little ditty, a little ode that my mother taught me. I don't think she created it, but it went something like this. I'll try and do it in a Sideshow Mel voice, shall I? I'm probably going to be complete rubbish, but I'll give it a go. Spring has sprung, the grass is green. I wonder where the birds have been. The birds, they have been on the wing. But that's absurd. Surely the wing is on the bird. Yeah, that's probably about as good as my American accent. Sorry about that. In fact, I do recall that my mother, when she used to say it, did actually say it in a cod New York Bronx accent. That's probably possibly how she heard it, but I don't know. So we're taking this next, no, not next left, and carrying on. I say, I haven't been on these roads for a long, long time. So, and I certainly haven't been on the roads to the pausing place that we're about to reach in probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So because of the extended run nature of the trip today, I am running my helmet camera on a battery pack in my pocket, and as you can probably see, there is a power lead sticking out of the side of the mirror mounted camera there. That camera with its 64 gig memory card on 1080p settings is good for something like 10.5–11 hours of recording, so absolutely no danger of that running out. And because it's being powered from the bike's 12-volt power, or rather for a USB adapter that I fitted on the bike, that should be good for an extended trip. And I think it's going to be extended even more than I anticipated because of these flipping cars. Good grief. Come on, people. So I'm beginning to think I may have missed my turn. I wonder if I did need that left turn back there. We'll see. And of course I'm running the rider view camera there on batteries because I've only got the one USB port. I was thinking about fitting a double adapter in that, but I haven't got around to doing it, so I brought a whole... Here we go, here's my left turn. Partridge Green, yeah, and Ashurst. In front of these cyclists. Right, here we go, away from the main traffic. Yahoo! Smell fresh cut wood. So we're getting a 2 for the price of 1 today. The second part will be a little bit of a... Oh, that's a nice tight bend. Shame I didn't know about it. Yeah, quite nice. Once I get to know, if I get to know this road, I'll enjoy it a bit more. Not stupidly, of course, but certainly set up better for the bends, as I'll know where they are and how tight they are. That one wasn't as tight as I thought it was going to be. Very nice. That was an unusual machine. What was that? I shall have to examine the video footage to see what that was. House. The aroma of the countryside, the smell of manure and silage. Yummy. Maybe when I've got some new tyres on this machine, I'll come back and do this road again. here we are, we're coming into the village of Ashurst in West Sussex, and this is where our little secondary place of interest is, even though we're getting to it first. Came upon me rather suddenly, and there it is. I will take a photograph. Let's switch off so we don't disturb the piece. Right, and while I'm getting ready to take this photo, the question, little pop quiz, is this pub, the Fountain in Ashurst, featured very prominently in a music video in the very late 70s. And the question is, what was the video and artist? Obviously, if you know the video, you know the artist, it's obvious. But oh, excuse me. And I think it looks pretty much as it did in the video. And if you're thinking that, oh dear, I'll take another one just to be sure. My hands are shaking rather. Okay. If you're thinking that it's a bit unfair that because it's an English country pub, that only people from England will know the reference. It's not actually, shouldn't be the case, because it was a major recording artist that made the video, and because of the nature of the video, I suspect it will have had worldwide circulation. And also, because I said it was in the late 70s, you might be thinking, well, some of you may not even have been born in the late 70s. And that doesn't matter either, because this video makes a reappearance every year. And that might be a bit of a clue as to why that is the case. So it's a music video, pop music video from the late 70s, major recording star, gets reshown every year. In fact, you can see it any time of year if you find it on YouTube. And the pub does actually look now more like it did back then. It did go through a spell of being painted red. If you look it up on Google Maps, it actually shows it on there as being red, but they have returned it to its original colour. So basically it looks very much like it did back then. I'm not sure about that little outbuilding there, that doesn't look new, but yeah. Anyway, there we go. Onward. And I'm given to understand that it's a very nice pub. I've never been there, but maybe at some point soon I shall try and rectify that. So yeah, beginning of spring, You can see that most of the trees still haven't got their leaves back on yet. They are starting to come out with their first flush of their leaves budding. So it's getting back to the warm weather time of year. I'm not entirely sure where we're going at the moment, but slow down, 30 limit. There's a sign back there, and we want here, yes. Now we are heading onwards to the main focus of the trip today. As I say, it's somewhere I've never been before. Even these roads, these particular roads, are new to me, which is a shame because they are rather nice, apart from the traffic, but never mind. But anyway, so. Oh, what was that? Yep, I've travelled along some of these roads, but not this particular bit. It is very nice. And I just hope I'm going in the right direction. Puncture. I thought somebody had fallen off. Okay, now we need to find the next turning. Which is a little way. I'm obviously still going to have to edit this down quite a bit. Yeah, there's obviously an old bike rally going on here. It's a Chalet Cafe, I think. Yes, this is a bit of road that I used to travel way back when. But coming from that direction and heading down the way we've just come. So once again we're now on new to me roads. I'm sort of going by dead reckoning at the moment. I did check out a route on Google Maps and I've got it stored in my phone, but at the moment I'm just going by memory, which means could be in trouble. Oh, it looks like I've stumbled into some kind of major motorcycle event. Well, major. There does seem to be quite a lot of bikes buzzing around, of all ages and types. Even people even looking at me. Obviously mistaken me for part of the program. Goodness me. I think every bike in the country's out around here today. Oops. Oh, we're 40. Okay, we're good. Crab tree, that looks nice. Really must, when my wife finally retires from her part-time job, we must get out and sample some of these wonderful looking country pubs. Not extensively, because we won't have that much money, but occasionally, maybe once every couple of weeks or something. Yeah, it should be quite nice. You don't get much of a nod from the Harleys, I'm afraid. Right. We're approaching next major waypoint on our way, and not far from our destination now. A village pond, oh, and a village bump in the road. Oh, yoy. Doing under 30, for goodness sake. Left here, I think. Oh, what a fight to get together. Goodness me. Should I have gone down there? I don't know. I don't know. If we don't get to Hand Cross soon, I'll turn around and go back down that way. We're on the right track. Okay. Goodness me. My word. That away, I think. think it's that way. Or was it that way? I think it might have been that way. Actually. I think I've gone wrong. Find somewhere to stop safely and check the route. That driveway would have been quite useful. Ooh. Ah, I'll come upon it from the other side. It goes up here. Brantridge Lane is the road we want, and that was what was on that signpost. Very narrow little back road. Anything coming to the way. And here we are. On a very gravelly driveway, good God. Not entirely sure I want to take my bike down there. Yes, this is very iffy. Right, here we are. Wings Museum. Right, let's get my side stand plate out. And let's go and take a look inside. Back to you in a bit. Oh, mucky brake reservoir. Okay. Right, so it was a very pleasant, excuse me, 3 hours or so around that museum. It's quite a small museum, a single sort of what would have been at one point a barn, excuse me, and it is jam-packed. They don't have any complete aircraft or anything like that. They have basically parts, cockpit sections, wings, that type of thing, and a lot of the stuff is watch out for the horse poo. A lot of the stuff is recovered, crashed parts of wartime aircraft from both Allied and Axis side of things. As well as usual Hurricanes and Spitfires, Lancaster and other type of memorabilia. They've actually got a B-63, I think it was, the King Cobra American aircraft. The peculiarity of that was that the engine was mounted in the middle of the fuselage behind the pilot, yet the propeller was at the front. So the pilot had the dubious honour of having a massive prop shaft, misses, spinning between his legs. I should imagine that would tend to make one rather nervous. It certainly would make me a bit, but then I suppose if you're in a situation, excuse me, where other people are actually firing guns at you, then that probably becomes a little less of a problem. But being a small museum like that, and being entirely volunteer run and staff, they don't have a huge amount of funds to put into big restoration projects. They do restore some of the exhibits and components they have there. They're restoring a cockpit of, I think it was an A26, and they're doing several engine restorations, and every now and again they do an engine run display, which obviously takes place on a Saturday or Sunday. I think it's mostly Sundays. I missed the one at the beginning of March, so hopefully if I keep an eye on the website I'll be able to spot whenever the next one is going to be. I shall come back for that. But yeah, it's definitely worthwhile. It costs £7 to get in, which for our American friends I suppose is something like $10, maybe a little less, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you're just going to come through and not bother about me, are you? They do seem to be a little bit short on space at that museum. They are looking for a larger base of operations, somewhere bigger to take all the stuff. They've actually got stuff stored outside in crates. So it'd be nice to come back and review it again when they've got a bit more space to lay things out. Like so many of these smaller operations, they seem to have an awful lot of what I suppose would be called smalls. Little memorabilia, personal effects. Goodness me, this road is terrible. Come on, council, do your flipping job. Oi. So yeah, I think it was definitely worth the trip. If you're in the UK and you're in the northern part of West Sussex area, or just fancy a trip out, I think it's worth a go. I like the way that all of the stuff there is, as I say, mostly unrestored. A lot of it is as it was recovered. A lot of the things are aircraft that have crashed or shot down during the war. I think one of the exhibits, the A26 cockpit, was just after, in fact I think it was quite a lot later than even the Korean War. Crashed on landing, not under combat conditions. But it's just nice to see a lot of it, just as it almost came out of the ground, as it were. A lot of the bigger operations, the bigger museums, the Imperial War Museum and other outfits, obviously they put a lot of time and money into restoring stuff, getting aircraft and vehicles operational again, taxiing if not flying. But not with this one. It's basically what you see is, to a degree, how it came out of the ground, and I like that. A lot of the stuff, obviously being from combat aircraft, is riddled with bullet holes, flak holes, that type of thing. And by seeing that, not covering up, not repairing it, it gives you an indication of the sort of circumstances that the people who operated these things may very well have died under. I'm very much aware of the human aspects of all of these things. Humans make war, humans make machines to make war in, humans die in those machines when they make war. There's absolutely no way you can get away from that fact. It's just the way it is, and I think it's just part of human nature that is how we are. A lot of people keep saying, oh, wouldn't it be lovely if we could just not have any more wars, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think the human condition is such that it allows for it. I think we would have to have several more millennia of evolution before that side of our very basic part of our nature was removed from our genetics. It's part of what we are. We are a territorial, protective and aggressive animal. Basically, we do what we do. I don't like it, but I think a lot of us, as people say, accepting what and who you are is part of becoming better. Not necessarily better at making war. I don't think we can do that without too much assistance. So that's good. I enjoyed that. Yes, it's definitely worth the trip, as I said. Definitely worth the £7 going in. About 3 hours worth of looking around. Could have stayed a bit longer. Obviously they are looking for volunteers to help with the museum. If I lived closer, I think I might have signed up. But it's about an hour each way. I think I will call in on the Wings Aviation Museum, which is 10 minutes from my house. Village Pond. We'll take a look around there. I've been there before. I haven't been there in a long time, so let's see what's changed, see what new exhibits they've got. So I'm not going to waffle and chat all the way back. Hooray! So I'll take this opportunity on this beautiful, beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon. Absolutely perfect biking weather. And the Triumph Stag going the other way. Some gorgeous cars and bikes around. Wow. And I'll take this opportunity to say thank you for taking a look. Hope you found something to interest you. I've yet to decide whether I'll put the pictures up in the middle of the video or at the end. I might put them at the end. So again, thanks for taking a look. Ride safe, and I'll say cheerio for now. Bye.